Hi everyone, welcome to Family Magic UK. Today's episode is Onsite versus Offsite. So we're going to discuss our experiences from staying at Hotel Campanile compared to Hotel Santa Fe. As we have Disneyland Paris annual passes, we wanted to see what it would be like to stay off-site compared to on-site, so we could fit as many trips in as possible.
Yeah.
And Hotel Campanile, however it's said in French, came up the cheapest, and we wanted to see what we could do on a budget. So that's where we stayed first. So what did we think to that hotel?
I didn't really have any issues. The only issue that we had was where our room was. But, I did a little room tour, which I will insert now. So yeah, as you have seen in that video, we had everything that we needed. The boys loved the bunk beds. We had plenty of plugs. I mean, like I say, the hairdryer, it seems to be that's the hairdryer that you get.
Most hotels.
Yeah, in that area. I don't know if it's in the whole of France or Europe, but they're definitely the hairdryers you get around Disney. Yeah, I mean, the bathroom was fine, the shower was fine, we got hot water, it was clean. It's because we checked in late, because although we got to the hotel at like 2 o'clock, they would not entertain us. Like they said, check-in was at 3.
Was it 4? Was it 4?
Oh, was it 4?
I think it was at 4 o'clock check-in at that hotel.
Yeah. So we headed straight to the park. Well, no, we got quickly changed in the toilets, didn't we?
Yeah, at the hotel.
And then we headed straight to the park. And so we didn't get back until late. It was about...
Did we stay for the fireworks on the first night? I think we did, didn't we? In October.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think we did, yeah.
Yes, we got back late, and we ended up with a room just above the bar and the restaurant and the arcades. So as you can imagine, it was very loud. Going into the evening, people were eating, people were drinking.
And it was unusually warm.
It was very warm for October. I know France has very similar weather to England, but it was very, very warm in October, to the point where we were having to leave the windows open, which didn't help because people were at the bar, drinking, smoking, being very loud outside. So it is what it is. We had to try and stay in the day.
I know, that was the priority. Yeah. I mean, luckily we still managed to get to sleep. When we had it shut, you couldn't really hear.
You couldn't hear, but we didn't have it shut very often.
No,
because it was
very warm. We also saw the shuttle as well, didn't we? We took advantage of that. So as soon as we saw a bus come, we knew we had about
15 minutes
until the next one. So when we were getting ready in the morning, it was like, right, it's such and such a time. The bus has just been, let's try and make the next one, or let's try and get another 2. So yeah, but
definitely.
no, I think, considering what we paid, £360, didn't we, for 4 nights?
It was Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday, October.
Yeah,
October
during half term. £360, and never had any issues. We got food there.
Yeah.
which was fine. We had pizza and we had burgers another night, and
We took our own food as well. We took drink, squash, pop, crisps,
we'd taken
etc.
all that, which were fine keeping in the room. The only thing was it didn't really have space, but we took a lot of stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, we did take a lot of stuff, but also as well, it was very small compared to the on-site hotels.
Yeah.
But the price difference,
I know,
the price we paid, was that you can't really moan or grumble at the price we paid.
No.
So
No, definitely
it was
not.
very good. And obviously we only did that because we had annual passes.
Yeah.
I know people can book off-site hotels anyway and buy their tickets separately. But obviously we took advantage of the fact that we had annual passes so we could stay off-site.
Yeah, and we're trying to do it as cheap as possible.
Yeah, to plan in more trips.
Yeah, to see if we could get more trips in. Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly.
Which we did.
Yeah.
6 weeks later.
I know.
For Christmas,
Yeah.
in which we stayed at Hotel Santa Fe. So we'll move on to that.
Yeah.
On-site hotel.
Yeah, so on-site hotel. This Santa Fe was our third on-site hotel.
Yes.
That we've experienced. And we managed to get 35% off with my Infinity Pass. Because you can get up to 50% off with the Disney hotels if you have an Infinity Pass. I've yet to get a 50% off price. 35% is the most I've gotten. Yeah, we stayed 2 nights, beginning of December, and it was £300.
For 2 nights, yeah.
For 2 nights.
Exactly. So in terms of price difference, you can see the price difference there. 2 nights on site at the cheapest hotel.
Yeah,
site.
Santa Fe is now classed as the cheapest. It's a 2-star and it's the cheapest Disney on-site hotel.
So a 2-star hotel for 2 nights, over £300, compared to Hotel Campanile, which was 4 nights, 5 days, and that was $340, $350, something like that.
I think it was $360.
It's a big price difference there.
I mean, the fact that all we needed to do was pay another £60 and we would have been able to stay
3 days.
2 more nights.
Yeah, but saying that though, the advantage of staying on site is that you are automatically counted on the park tickets.
Yeah, because at the minute, since COVID, which you may have read about this reservation system that Disney's now got in place, even when you buy tickets, you have to book.
You have to reserve
the day. And in, certain cases, like with Walt Disney World, as we've heard, you have to actually reserve what park you're going to be in that day. So currently, we're only allowed to reserve 3 days entry to get into the park. So when we were there in October, before the trip, we were only able to book 3 days in the park, not knowing if we would get our other 2 days in the park.
So that is one of the other reasons why we stayed at Santa Fe at Christmas, was because we didn't have to reserve the days, because you're staying at a Disney hotel on site, so you're automatically counted within their head count to enter the park. So you don't have to reserve, because they give you a magic pass, you flash it at the gate, and then you scan your annual pass as you go under the castle or into the gates of studios. So that was the other reason why we did pay that extra.
Here is the room tour for Santa Fe. Now, you would have seen there that we didn't get bunk beds like Campanile. You know, it was 2 double beds, which is probably like a standard family room. But we felt there was a lot more space.
There's a lot more room in Santa Fe. Double beds were very comfortable.
Yes.
2 of them. They had our name on the TV.
Yeah, we got all that. You know, when you walk in the room and the
Yeah.
TV's on for you, and our name was there.
I think, as daft as it sounds, the most impressive part of that room was the mirror in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I thought that was very, very clever. I know it sounds simple, and the cones above the bed, and the lights being the cones as well, which was a nice touch. And even the theming around the hotel, I mean, the little palm trees and the actual path was like a road.
Yeah.
Which was very nice, very good touch for the kids.
Yeah.
But I felt that obviously the hotel was a lot better on site, which it should be.
Yeah, it should be for what you pay.
For the money, because you're paying nigh on double what you'll be paying off site, so it should be.
But at the same time, for our first experience with a budget hotel, having never stayed outside of the park before, it was a good experience, and we would do it again.
Definitely do it again.
We might even try another one of the hotels that are on that same strip as Hotel Campanile. There's 5 altogether. You get what you pay for, really. And the fact is that it was 5-6 minutes on the bus.
Yeah, obviously I think there was only one occasion where we couldn't get on.
Yeah, we had to wait for the next one.
We had to wait for the next one because
full.
it was too full. But the way the 5 hotels do it is they take it in turns. Like one hotel will be first, and the following one gets a turn, and then you might be first drop off, you might be last drop off, etc., etc. So that is good, and they are regular. I'm pretty certain it's every 10 or 15 minutes during the day, and then it's a bit more regular after the fireworks, and then it drops off.
And then it drops like, I think, half an hour maybe.
Yeah, so they are regular, and that all comes in inclusive in your price. So that $360, $350, whatever we paid, didn't have to pay any extra for that. I think we drove on the first day, and then the last day, naturally, we drove to the park, because obviously we were leaving from the park.
But just remember, they do come frequent. So if you're not comfortable squeezing on to a shuttle bus, wait for the next one, because it literally is 10-15 minutes, especially peak times. So if you've just watched the fireworks, or you're getting there for magic hours, or even between 9:30 and 10:30, which is like the park opening to everyone else, then they come really frequent. Ultimately, obviously, staying on site is the best.
In terms of easy access, amenities, closeness, yes.
But it hasn't always been, because we stayed at Newport Bay in March, and we wouldn't go back there, would we?
No, we wouldn't go back there. No, Newport Bay, I don't know, it was nice. It was nice, but the price difference you would pay for Newport Bay compared to Santa Fe, it's just not worth the money.
No, I don't think so. I thought it was outdated. Didn't have magical theming for me. Like, yes, it had the nautical theme, but we only found this out when we got to the hotel, and somebody told us, I can't remember who it was, I think it was a cast member, that the Newport Bay Hotel is supposed to be Donald's hotel.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But you will not find anything Donald related in that hotel. Not that I could see. It was hidden Mickeys in the carpet and Mickey headboards. But apart from the meet and greet with Donald in his sailor outfit, which obviously was amazing. I mean, he was so much fun. But other than that, you wouldn't.
I think it's just a reference of water, and you know.
I know, but still, like, go with it. You know.
And obviously we got access to the pool.
And I think it's the biggest hotel.
I think it is. It's got to be.
It takes the most guests. No, obviously there's no guarantee, but when we booked our stay in March, obviously we requested for our rooms to be together, and unfortunately they weren't, and at one point they were going to even put us on different floors, but I stuck to my guns and I made a bit of a fuss and said, no, sorry, I'm not having that. You need to at least get us on the same floor. This is ridiculous, you know, because as well, we got there early, but they wouldn't check us in, which I get. They have a check-in time for a reason, but the fact is they knew we were there. But because, and they tried to give us this whole thing about, oh, when you get the text, you click the link and then we'll automatically check you in. Well, I didn't have any signal at all when we were there that whole trip. It was you and Holly that got signal for some reason. Yeah. But anyway, so because we didn't actually get back to the hotel, because again we stayed to watch the fireworks, it was like 10 o'clock, wasn't it?
It was late, yeah.
And
late.
yeah, they were going to put us on different floors. But anyway, we got on the same floor and we were only 10 doors apart, which was fine.
It might have been less than 10.
Yeah, it could have been.
5, 6.
But the walk to where our rooms were...
Even from the lift.
Oh, it was like, one point we had to go right, then we had to go left, then we had to go right again. It actually wasn't any quicker than when we stayed at Cheyenne, which was our first hotel on site. That was 2019.
In my opinion's quite possibly still the best one was Cheyenne.
Yeah, Cheyenne's really good.
I think the theming was great, the look of the hotel was great, as in the surrounding area with all the cowboy stuff, etc.
Yeah.
It was great. The kids loved it. So I think for me, Cheyenne is the one so far. There's 3 hotels we stayed in on site.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
And at the minute, Cheyenne is the winner. And I know Santa Fe's the cheapest. Newport Bay was very expensive compared to the other 2.
Yeah.
Is it worth the extra money? Not really.
No.
So far, Cheyenne's the winner.
Yeah, I think if you are considering staying on site, especially if you've got a young family, because the young kids are going to really appreciate the theming. But Cheyenne and Santa Fe, 100% I would say we would go back. And I would recommend them to, especially if it's your first trip. I feel that if you're going to Disney for the first time, you know, because the park alone can be overwhelming. And, you know, our thing was when we first did our first trip, you know, especially with Jacob being autistic, we didn't know how he would react or if he would last the entire day. And we wanted to be able to get back to the hotel as quick as possible. If he, you know, was uncomfortable or showed signs that he was stressed and had had enough, and we wanted to take the advantage of being able to just, right, I'm going to go back with Jacob, you guys stay, blah, blah, blah. Staying on site, you have that advantage because you're not having to go to the bus station to wait for a shuttle to take you back to your hotel, or to wait for an Uber, or to wait for a taxi, or, you know, or get to the car park, to get into the car, to drive back. You know, I feel sometimes with the prices that they have at certain periods of the year, they take advantage of how close they are. And I think that is their main use for what they charge. It's because it's the convenience is definitely why they charge what they charge for the hotels. But luckily, you know, Santa Fe and Cheyenne is
reasonable. Reasonable.
It's still expensive compared to what's outside the park. And I mean, we want to maybe possibly try staying in an apartment. You know, there's loads of apartment buildings.
Or even a villa.
Yeah, because there's loads of villages nearby with villas. It's got a pool. You know, we would do that as well. Like maybe if the kids only want to do a couple of days in the park, but we could then be in that area for 5 to 7 days and do other things. But
bit of cheese and wine.
Yeah, maybe a cheese and wine. Yeah. So. Obviously, out of the 2, on-site.
Out of the 2, in our opinion, on-site is a lot better. It's more convenient.
Yeah,
it's more expensive though, but it is convenient. With being annual pass holders, on-site for us is always better because you're automatically counted within the park attendance.
Yeah.
However, if we stay off-site, we have to reserve the days.
Yeah.
But then the price difference is, in some cases, huge.
Yeah.
In other cases, maybe only 50, 60, £100 difference.
Yeah.
But obviously, ultimately, it comes down to your own opinion, your own personal situation. If you're only going to go to Disney once in 10 years, then why not go out and stay in maybe New York or even Disneyland Hotel when it's finally finished?
Yeah.
It's going to cost you a lot of money, thousands even just to stay a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then why not? If you're planning on going multiple times a year like we do, 5-6 times a year, then offsite is definitely the option. Although an on-site trip is always nice as well to chuck in.
Of course, it's the magic. You want the whole experience, and staying in the on-site hotel, is
definitely
adds to the magical experience.
So that brings us to the end of this episode.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe.
And have a magical day.